Hi friends, today we are going to see a new feature or a most important feature in Mac operating system called Time Machine. See, I just connected my external hard drive. The moment I connected and once the drives are mounted on my desktop, so Mac operating system identified that there is a vacant hard drive, so approximately 500 GB. So it is asking like, do you want to use this one as a backup disk? Once you click on use as backup disk, the backup will continue. But let us see how to use it in a different manner. Okay, I'll just click on decide later. I'll leave like that. But this is my hard drive which I was planning to use as a backup drive. Okay, so just me rename this one. You don't need to rename it for use it as a backup, for easy to recognize that. So I'm changing that one as backup. But remember, in previous video I said any external hard drive, if you mount, that will be on your desktop with a orange color icon. Okay, so now let us see how to use this one as a backup drive. Okay, so I'm going to open system preferences. In that you can select and see time machine, which is on the bottom row. Click on time machine. Once you click on the time machine, you will see only 3-4 buttons like backup automatically, select backup disk, show time machine in menu bar, which is this area. So now I'll click on select backup disk. It is asking which one you want to use. You can see something called backup. So straight away if you start using as use disk, the backup will continue. First of all, why are you using this backup? In case something goes wrong with your hard drive, so that you can get your data backup from the backup drive. Now issue is, some people will make a partition in the internal hard drive. When I say internal hard drive, like this is my internal hard drive. So they make a partition and then use that one as a backup. For a testing purpose it is fine, but not as a real solution. Reason, if something goes wrong with your hard drive or something goes wrong with your data, at least you can take the backup. But problem is, if you are going to lose your computer, then what will happen? So your backup is also inside your computer, so that you are losing the complete data. Some people are using an external hard drive and the backup drive also they are keeping in their laptop bag. Let us assume another scenario. If you have lost your laptop bag along with your laptop and the backup drive, still it is useless. So my suggestion is always use your hard drive as a backup and leave it at office or at home. So don't carry that with you always. So if required, use 2 backups. So means backup 1 at home, backup 2 at office, and you are carrying with your laptop always in your backpack. So I feel that's the best way. Now another issue is there. You can see something here, encrypt backups. This is always a good idea. If you don't encrypt, what will happen? By mistake, if your backup hard drive reaches to a wrong hands, they can connect it to their computer and they can see the data. So which is not a good idea. So always encrypt your backup. Okay, so now when I click on use disk, what will happen? Let us see. Since I have selected encrypt backup, so you have to use a backup password. So anyway, this is password supposed to be like your secret password, which you don't need to reveal it to anyone, and you have to see that password hint. For help creating a good password, click the key. For information, click the help button. Like this is the way you can see the strength of your password. But anyway, password hint. Okay, so I'll say my favorite. Okay, click on encrypt disk. Now what happens actually is, if it is APFS formatted, let us say backup drive, okay, it's just got mounted because it is actually background, it is encryption is happening. So once it is done, now you can see that icon is also changed. So when I say command I, so normally you'll see right now it says like macOS extended, and some places if you are formatted as APFS, still it will be converted back to macOS extended. The reason APFS is only compatible with 10.13 onwards, which is Mojave. So if you have converted as macOS extended, it will be compatible with the previous operating systems also. Now let us go into next options. Sometimes what happens, if you are a video editor and if you are keep on adding lot of new files on your desktop or documents and then you are deleting in 1 or 2 days, I mean the project duration is very less for you using Final Cut Pro editing or something, then why do you want to backup it? So it is actually like space waste. So what to do? How do I exclude these items from the desktop? See, if you observe that one, this backup and 1 TB which are my external hard drives by default excluded. If any pen drive is there, that is also by default excluded. And what are the other things which I can exclude? I'll click on plus icon here so that you can choose certain things from the backup. So I'm selecting users and I don't want to back up this RK which is having lot of things. So I'll select RK, ACSP, guest, Raja, shared, Verizon, like this. So I'll click on exclude. Then what happens? These are the folders which I don't want to do the backup. Okay, now you can see that some other settings. Backup while on battery power also. Okay, let it be. Exclude system files and applications. Why do you want to exclude system files? Because Mac operating system at any time you can download it from Apple's website. So then why do you want to copy them? So that's the idea that. Now once you say click on like whatever the selection is done, click on save, then the backup will continue. So remember, as I said, show time machine in menu bar. Once you click here, time machine backup will continue from this area. Only first time the backup will take more time and more space. The reason, the complete backup of your Apple hard drive are after excluding those items, remaining all the items will be backed up. So if it is for example 300 GB, okay, let me double click my hard drive and say like 101.62 GB is available. The meaning my hard drive capacity is approximately 500 GB. So that means approximately 400 GB data is there in this one. So that much of space is going to be occupied in the backup drive. Since right now I have 499 GB, so it will take approximately like half an hour to 1 hour or 2 hours, depends on the size of the backup, depends on the connectivity of your hard drive. If your hard drive is an old USB 2, obviously it will take time. So once the backup is completed, you can simply go into enter time machine and we can get back those files. Once the backup is done, I'll show you like how to get it done. Okay, let it go on in the background. Backup is most important thing for anyone. So the reason is, if you have lost the data, so how do you get the data back? If you have copied it in a different location and different place, then you can get it back. But there is no guarantee that you can get it back always from the original source. So I always suggest you to use any kind of backup, either manual backup or time machine backup, or if you are using a third-party application for the backup, you can do that one. See, once upon a time, Apple used to have their own devices for backup. So let me type it here. Airport time capsule. So this is actually Apple's own backup solution along with their own Wi-Fi, built-in Wi-Fi router. So you can see here, this is called time capsule. It used to come with either 2 TB or 3 TB hard drive. Seems like Apple discontinued now. So you can use any external hard drive just like this and you can continue your backup. But remember, as I told you, use always an encryption so that your data is not going to be in wrong hands unless they knows your encryption password. Yeah, so if you look at my screen now, the backup is completed. So once the backup is done, first time it will say like that time machine has finished the first backup to the drive name is backup. So once it is done, that means the complete data is inside my hard drive, which right now it shows as backups.backupdb, and Of course, that's a laptop name or your Mac name. Inside that, whatever number of users are there, and including if you look at, so one is in progress, other one is actually completed. So how do we define this? Normally, for every 1 hour, the backup will be done. Okay, but if you want to force the system to do the backup anytime, you can always say backup now. So what happens is, instead of 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like that, for every 1 hour backup supposed to happen, that's a regular schedule. But if you wanted to force the system to do the backup now will continue. So while backup is happening, you can see that apart from this regular thing, you can see a small triangle in this area. That means during that time, backup is actually happening. So that means between the previous backup and this backup, there is a 79.4 MB files were added or changed, something like that. So anytime if you don't want the backup, you can always say skip this backup. Okay, now how does the backup works and what happens? So general doubt is, if I am doing the backup every time, so very soon the whole hard drive will be filled with lots of data. That's not a big problem for you, because nowadays hard drive capacity is around 4 terabyte. You can get around 7,000 8,000 rupees as on today. I'm talking about July 2020. So but at the same time, your data will have more value than a 7,000 rupees hard drive. So I always suggest go for a backup. Okay, now the next thing is the second time backup is also completed. Now let me tell you how the backup is going to happen, and in case by mistake you lost some files, by mistake you have deleted some files from any of the folder, how do you get back them? Okay, let me put some files on my desktop. I'm using Shift Command 3 as a shortcut to create some screenshots. Okay, so you can see some 3 screenshots are there. Now let me select and say once again I'm going to do the backup now. So whatever the changes are happened, that will be done, and since is only 3 screenshots are there, which I think less than 10 MB, and the backup is completed. Now you can see that the latest backup is at 12 o'clock 15 minutes. So exactly the same thing now. After some time, or maybe after a week or after a month, by mistake you have deleted these files and you have deleted even from the trash bin. Now what happens? The whole files you lost it from your computer, but Time Machine is already taken backup. So let us assume you are doing the backup once again for every 1 hour, which is happening automatically. So you have done for this like a 3 days or a 1 week or a 1 month, but you have recollected that there should be some files on my desktop which I want those files back. Very simple. Okay, so if the files were originally on your desktop, just don't select any folder or something. You are by default you are on the desktop. Now just click here and say enter Time Machine. See, backup now to backup, enter Time Machine to retrieve the files. So select enter Time Machine. Okay, on the extreme right hand side, if you remember, I mentioned similar to that one in one of the previous topic. So that was about pages and versions. It's almost like similar interface, but this time you can see by default you can select a desktop, and if the files were originally in documents, you can select documents and then you can go into that one. So I'm selecting time being for desktop and then go back to the previous time. So that was at 12 o'clock 16 minutes, and then little bit go back and 12:16 again, and you can see that 12:15 there were 3 screenshots. And you don't need to worry about like is it the same screenshot, is it a different one. If you want to check that, remember the quick look facility, quick look by using the space bar. The same space bar quick look will work even inside the Time Machine backup. So if you think this is the one, click on restore. You can see here the restore button. Just click on restore. The file will exactly comes back location. This is supposed to be on the desktop. Okay, so what happens if it is somewhere else? Let me select go into documents. So I'm selecting, you can see here there are 3 files on this one. Now so I'm selecting the first one, which is saying one copy.png, command delete There are two files, one logo 1 and logo 1 copy. So I am deleting from the trash bin 2 and doing the backup now again, because instead of regular 1 hour waiting, I am doing fast forward. That's the reason I am, instead of doing automatic, I am doing it manually. So this time the changes are approximately 6 MB. Okay, so backup is done, and if you want to get it back, simple. Double click your hard drive, go into your documents, and now we'll enter into time machine. So once this finder window opens documents, then go into your menu bar and click on enter time machine. Go back to your certain time, and you can select the copy file, select and say restore. So by default documents folder, it exactly goes into the same documents. So this is how time machine works. Now tell me, accidentally if you delete a file or accidentally file got deleted, still if you have time machine backup, anytime you can go back and get that file back. In fact, it works even for contacts. I don't have so many contacts in this one. So for example, UST Global Anil. So if I delete this, command delete, so it is asking, are you sure you want to delete it? You can delete this one. So after deletion, let us say by default anyway backup will happen for every 1 hour. I'm just doing the fast forward thing once again. So once the backup is done, anytime you can go back to your address book, the contacts application, and then enter into time machine and get that contact back again. So this is how you can utilize time machine backup for your data safety. And as I already mentioned, so this backup supposed to be encrypted. If you have encrypted, so that nobody can see your data except you. And if you have 2-3 users are there in this computer and nobody can see the data of the other users. So that's another security feature which is always built in Mac operating system. And if you like this video, so please like, comment, please subscribe and share with your people, and please let me know what is the next feature you are looking for in Mac operating system, so that it will give me an idea so I can make more videos based on the feature requests. Thank you so much. Bye.